This is the newly released GoPro 9. This is the GoPro Max. It's a 360 camera and it also turns into a hero mode camera just like the GoPro 9. And in today's video, I'm gonna put these two side by side because in my opinion, these are the two cameras we really should be comparing. First thing you notice is the case that it comes in. It's completely different. Instead of this clear case with everything stored down here, we get this box with a carrying case. Now there's probably been a bajillion videos online already showing you guys like a proper unboxing. So I think we're just gonna take this out, sync it all together, get the battery put in, and go ahead and go take these two cameras and put them to the test. If you're hoping to see resolution comparisons, 4K, 5K, and some of the other features today, this is not the right video. This video is a hands-on video, really focusing on this in action sports. So I thought, what better way to get some kind of action thing going on for you guys to really see the different side-by-side screens than to take out the old off-road skateboard, find a bumpy road, take both cameras and see what happens. Just like the GoPro 8 and the Max, it has the built-in little connections. So that's pretty cool, I like that. It is a larger camera than the 8, which was larger than the 7. That doesn't really bother me so much. The battery is a bigger battery than what's in the 8, so all your old batteries from the 5, 6, 7 will not work with this camera. If we get a longer record time, that's okay with me. If it ends up being the same record time and that's just to power this front screen, well, that sort of sucks. And one of the cool things I really love about GoPro is, you see that hazy sky behind me? It's not actually hazy, but when you're using auto modes like in a DSLR, it typically washes that stuff out. I don't know how you do it, GoPro, but golly, your color science is amazing. These things typically capture the sky quite well, even when they're capturing everything else. And with these fall colors and all these trees on this road, this should be a pretty cool test. So we're just gonna mount these two side by side, and I'm gonna talk to you just a little bit about my first thoughts on both. If you didn't already know, it now has a screen on the front where you can use it sort of as a selfie screen to see yourself and frame up what you want. You can make it fill the whole screen, you can make it 16:9, or you can make it so it just displays record time and some of the other features. They've also gone back to a removable lens cover, which is awesome. That is something I wish the GoPro Max had. I wish that you could unscrew these and replace the lens covers on this, because I have scratched these because I use them as action cameras. I get crazy with my stuff and I put them to the test for real. Although now with this front screen, you could use this baby as a vlogging camera, and if the audio is good, which is one of the things we're gonna test in this video, then that would be pretty awesome. But you're saying, whoa, wait, the Osmo Action already has a front screen and it's way cheaper. To some degree, that is true. I think this front screen was done because of the Osmo Action. The GoPro Max sort of already did that. Instead of a front screen, it just has the one screen and two cameras that in hero mode, you can flip-flop back and forth. You might be saying, why are you comparing a 360 camera to the GoPro 9? That's because I use this thing as a hero camera 90% of the time. It's being used like a regular action camera. It's not being used in 360 mode, except as an added bonus here and there. That's one of the cool things about the GoPro Max, is it just is an all-in-one camera. You can tap a button to go into 360 mode, tap a button, and you're right back in hero mode. Now, hero mode only goes up to 1080p. This guy goes up to 4K and 5K, so if you're one of those K lovers and you really need that extra resolution, this isn't gonna cut it for you right off the bat. If you're like me and you film almost everything in 1080, which is what you're gonna be watching shortly, this only goes into 60 frames per second, where this goes up in 1080 to 240 frames a second. So there are differences. This one does not do 360, this one does. They both do a form of a hyperlapse, which is one of the things we're gonna test in this video. But if you are looking for something that's more feature enriched, then this guy is gonna be the camera for you. If you're looking for something that is really action-based and you don't care about the higher resolution and you like to edit the stuff and make it fancy yourself, then this guy is probably gonna be the camera for you. So let's go ahead and switch over to these cameras side by side, and the rest of the video you guys watch and decide for yourself which of these two cameras is right for you. To start out, we have both cameras framed about the same. They're both in 1080, 30 frames a second. They're both in their widest angle. They're both the same distance from me, and we're gonna go ahead and extend this pole out and see how much it captures of us on the skateboard and which one stays more stable. This pole is probably about a good 4 feet from me right now. As you can see, it's not showing the skateboard. To get the skateboard, I gotta sort of flip it upside down and angle it different. This is pretty bumpy. So I'm assuming that we're not having any problem with either of these cameras with all the bumps. There are a bunch of options with the GoPro 9 that you can actually turn that front screen to dim sooner or not as quickly. So if you want to be able to see yourself, I like to have mine dim out a little quicker just so that you can save some battery instead of having these things continue to go. So one thing I definitely can notice right off the bat is having both of these larger cameras on this pole at the same time and extended that far, it's quite heavy. So the front screen is definitely not clickable. It is not a touch screen. I was sort of hoping for the price it would be. It is not. We're gonna go ahead and put them both in 1080-60 because that is as high as the GoPro Max will actually go. And maybe we'll slow it down just a little bit and see how that looks. Woo. So these are both in 1080-60 now, and they should look pretty similar. I'm assuming that the Max is actually on a bit of a wider field of view, even though I have them both on their widest fields of view. The reason I'm talking is because, as you've probably noticed by now, I'm flipping the audio from one camera to the other camera. So for example, as I'm going right now, I'm talking pretty loud because the cameras are so far away. There's a lot of wind blowing by. Now, you just listened to me on the GoPro 9. Whoa! Now, how does this part sound listening to me with the same conditions on the GoPro Max? Woo! Was there a difference? So one of the things we do with this selfie stick like this when you're snowboarding is you sort of hold it up like this. So which one can actually get all of us in it? Woo! A lot of wind noise, the cameras are behind me. You probably can't hear me nearly as good now. So let's go ahead and set both of these cameras up now in their hyperlapse style filming and see how it looks. I'm gonna point the camera in front of me as we just go through the trees and stuff and see if there's a difference between the two. So it looks like I had some settings tweaked wrong on that first pass when you guys were watching it side by side. That was with extra boost mode on the Boost Mode 3, the new third evolution of the stabilization in the GoPro. No horizon lock earlier. The Max did have horizon lock on, so you probably saw a huge difference. I cannot find a spot to just have on the back of the screen to go boop, horizon lock on. Now you should be seeing the horizon stay stable. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm actually turning my arm like this, see? And at some point, I think the horizon and that one won't work as good as that one. However, I haven't watched them yet. I don't know. It's cool that they even have horizon lock on here. I do wish it was easier to put it into your settings so you could just tap it on and off no matter what mode you were in that quick instead of going to a special feature to turn it on. If I'm doing something wrong and I haven't figured it out yet, I will let you know in the description if I have. If you know already, you let me know in the comments because it just seems like it should be as easy as the GoPro Max to go tap, horizon lock on, tap, horizon lock off. Now we should be seeing quite a big difference from what we were watching earlier. You tell me if you notice it, because I'm going over all the same holes and bumps. This is like straight up washboard kind of ground, like, you know, that rainwater runoff that makes those crazy bumps all over the road. Probably doesn't look like it to you, but that is what we're doing. Woo, look at the leaves, they're changing. Whoa, this is slippery. I really need to put my off-road tires on this board. One other trick when we're snowboarding is we tilt the camera more like this and turn the cameras upside down so you can film your feet and your snowboard. And it looks something like this. Which one has a better field of view for this kind of stuff? If you're a skateboarder, snowboarder, snowmobile, skis, doing some kind of action that you really need that full super wide view, is the GoPro 9 without the extra lens wide enough to handle that? Or does the GoPro Max still seem to take the lead in that aspect? We're doing this view again. Horizon lock, you see as I turn my arm, notice my arm, horizon should be staying pretty level on both of these cameras. Because when you're snowboarding or out doing stuff, you're moving the cameras around. You're shot to shot. You're twisting it, but you're trying to keep yourself in the shot. Which one of these keeps us in the shot? Which one looks better so far? Let me know in those comments, because I haven't seen the footage. I have my guess as to which one looks better, but I don't know. Let's talk about one more thing and then we're gonna wrap this video up. And that is the features that both of these cameras have that the other one does not have. For the GoPro Max, the tap of the screen, and it's in 360 mode. For the GoPro 9, you have higher resolution, 4K, 5K, but you lose that 360-degree field of view, and you can get some pretty cool end results from that 360 mode on the GoPro Max. Now, if you really need some slow motion, 240 frames a second, GoPro Max ain't gonna do it for you. It only goes up to 60. Now, if you have an 8 and you're thinking about going to the 9, if you need that front screen and you do a lot of vlogging, then yeah, it's a good upgrade. If you don't use 5K or barely use 4K as it is, it's probably not the upgrade that you were hoping for. I personally was really hoping that the rumors of the GoPro Max coming with all the features of the GoPro 8 and one standalone all-in-one camera were true. If the GoPro Max had the option to be able to do 4K in hero mode with at least 120 frames a second and unscrewable lens covers so you could replace them, that would be the ultimate action camera. I would never need another camera. I would put all my money in GoPro stock. I would probably buy 3 or 4 of them just because I would just use that camera so much. For my needs right now, even from just doing this, I know the shots I can get by being able to flip to 360 mode, and I can't get those with the 9. Let me know if just using these two cameras in 1080/60 side by side like this, 1080/30 side by side like this, if one of them stood out to you over the other. If you would like to see more stuff on the 9 and the other features, let me know in the comments below, because there are a lot of features that I have not touched on. I do really appreciate everyone who's watched to the end. You might have seen me wearing one of these custom masks earlier. These are my own art, and you can get them in the link in the description. I've got about 5 designs custom made, and if you like these, I've got a few ideas for a few more. So I'm not making but like $1 or so per mask, because I just want you guys to have the opportunity to get a cool mask. And I hate to plug my own crap, but they're cool. Thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you're already subscribed to the channel. If not, remember to hit that subscribe button, click the bell notification, and then give this video a thumbs up, because every single interaction you do with this video helps the channel grow more so that I can do more stuff like this and get more products like this. I buy all these cameras myself. GoPro doesn't send me anything. I am just sort of a fan of action cameras in general. That is why if you go through my channel, you will see all kinds of stuff on all kinds of different action cameras. If there is something specific you want to see about the GoPro 9, let me know in the comments, and I'll make a note to myself, and I'll try to do that in an upcoming video. And until then, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.